Welcome back to the Artefactors Union. I'm your host and foreman, Douglas Scoundrels. Today we are assembling the Malisaurus Rex, the big old T-Rex with all the extra spikes and noodles you expect from a Malifaux model. Box is just one singular model, a big T-Rex that cannot at all fit on a 50mm base, but we don't care because we love this game very much. This is the artwork, it's a T-Rex. This is the render, it is a T-Rex. This is the sprue, it is a T-Rex. Our assembly order is going to be probably, I'm going to point to things with a pen. These two halves of the main body, and then we're going to start from the head and work our way back, actually. So we'll do this piece of the jaw and the two halves of the head, combine them together, and then glue them to the body. And then we'll probably do this piece of the spine as well. We can do each of the itty-bitty Rex arms, then do the foot, the one leg, the foot on that leg, and then the two pieces of the tail. I'm pretty sure I'm missing something here. Yes, this chunk of the thigh, I think, as well. We do that before the two pieces of the tail. But we'll go ahead and look at the instructions real quick, and then we'll get started with these two pieces. Do also need to clarify that this is a 3rd edition box, and in 4th edition I don't know what the box will look like, but this is no longer an Explorer's model. It is now a versatile model for the Neverborn faction, so I think this is no longer teal. It is purple, but it still has the Apex keyword. It is no longer Fey at all. Just grab this pen. It's not Fey at all, it's just a versatile Neverborn model with the Apex keyword. Alright, now let's actually look at those instructions. Okay, this is the first half of the body. It's the one, be left half, the one with the tongues. Let's go ahead and just put the right half of the body right over the top of it, like that, and glue it. Okay, that is them together. And quick lesson on filling in gaps, because this model has some pretty bad gaps. Larger Malifaux models tend to have this issue. As you can see, I have a pretty good fill on this gap right underneath the neck and body here. What I do for gap filling, for the most part, unless when I actually use a gap filler I purchased, is that I put the model together so that the parts are sticking together. And then what I'll do is that I'll take my nice, lovely glue, plastic cement, and then I'll just kind of run it down that seam, put plenty of cement in there, and then once I've got it nice and flooded and that it's starting to melt, just squish it back and forth, get in a nice, like, gooey layer of plastic built up in between the two pieces, and that will really fill that in and make it look a lot better than what it did if I just tried to jam the two pieces together with the cement and call it good. So I'm going to do that with the rest of these pieces because you can still pretty well see the seam, although the most prominent line there is actually just a mold line, which I can probably shave for a little bit more. But anyways, let's continue on with the jaw piece next. I'm just going to go right there. Alright, here is our part of the jaw. Now let's do I'll do his right side of the head, which will cover this half. That one's going to be this guy right here. Okay, that's the head. And now we need to do the other half. Obviously going to fit right in there. That bit is going to be this one right there. The innie. Okay. There's the head. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Next up, we're going to start on little tiny arms. So next is going to be this arm, and I just realized these bits are labeled. I'm dumb. So this bit we're going to be doing is number 10, which is this one right here. Let's add that arm. Okay, there's the itty-bitty left arm. Now let's do the itty-bitty right arm, which is number 7. That'll be this guy. Okay, there's the stubby right arm. Now let's go ahead and add this spine piece that'll go right along here. And as you're assembling this, if you didn't realize, these spikes actually kind of hurt my fingies. So be a little careful with them. The spine bit is going to be this one, number 11. And obviously the spines are going to be pointing towards the back of the body. So let's just insert that right along there. Okay. Spine piece is in. Next we're going to do this big old back haunch part, which would be number 14, this chunk right there. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. Not the best line there. I can maybe do a little bit to fill that in, but anyways. Let's go ahead and add the foot next. It's the one without the manacle on it, so that is going to be number 1 foot right here. I'll add that next, right on there. There we go, a little foot. It is not the one touching the ground, so don't worry about the angle too much. Okay, let's get the big old chunky thigh on there. The next one, gonna fill in this entire gap. That's bit number is number 8. This guy right here. Okay. Dinosaur thigh in. Now let's add that other foot. Let's be number 9. There we go, that one. Okay, just got a foot. Now, we'll go ahead and combine the two halves of the tail and then attach the tail last. We only got 2 bits left, so those are the 2 halves that we're going to be attaching. Here's the top, and here's the bottom. Alright, got the top of the tail, bottom of the tail. I'm just going to slot in like that, so cement them. Okay, wait, this is the problem part. You can see that there's some pretty bad separation there on the bit, and so what we're going to do is we're going to rip these pieces apart. Going to see where they actually connected to each other and start shaving that down. And then what we'll do is we'll reattach them, see if that's any better, and then remove them, shave it off again, and keep doing the process until it looks a lot better, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do that shaving, and we'll see how many times I have to do it until it looks a lot better, right? Alright, there we go. That took, honestly, a lot of redos and shaving, but I was very, very picky. You don't have to be as picky as me. But also I found either part of the leftover sprue, I'm forgetting my words, right around here that I missed, or just a defect on the bit that once I shaved off, a good chunk of the gap was actually reduced, so maybe keep that in mind. But we're done with the tail, so let's just go ahead and slap that on our dinosaur now. Okay, tail is attached. I think for this one I definitely probably would use some kind of gap filler besides my normal method. Anyways, I'm done. Let's put them on a base. Whew, and we're done. The Malisaurus Rex is all completed. Big model. Hardest part is really the gaps and the wear and tear on your fingers as you have to hold on to all those pokey bits as you try to assemble it. But yeah, everything is huge bits, so nothing small and difficult for your dexterity. It really is just the gaps and how much effort you want to put into gap filling. So that's really it for me. I've been your foreman, Douglas Scoundrels, helping you build a better Malifaux.